Three guys who combined to play 15 seasons in the National Football League trenches. Well, two guys. And Mackey, who didn't do shit. This is the O-Line Committee.
Well, we're playing shorthanded here for the start of this podcast because I think someone forgot to set their 5:30 a.m. Central Time alarm here. If I had my little dinger in this DC hotel that
I know I don't have mine either. I still can't find it. I don't know. My freaking desk is ransacked yet again. So, it happens. But to be fair, he did have knee surgery like a few weeks ago. So, I mean, he's still probably on some painkillers.
I need the update from him.
I think he's doing all right. The update I got was, initially he was good. And then I think like 3-4 days in, he realized like, this shit's going to be harder than I wanted it to be. And so I think he was a little bit on the DL last week, but I'm hoping he finds his way back to the land of the living again soon. So he'll be all right. We'll let him in when he gets here. He's just moving slow. He's just an old man this morning. He's got to get the engine started as things get progressing here.
So I've got some. Is this a hot take for you guys?
Yes.
Actually, Booney's jumping in. I can see I can see that old studio computer firing up here. So we'll do. In fact, it's the first ever choose your own hot take adventure.
Oh, I love this.
We've all landed on. It'll be funny to see which one of us chooses a specific mic that we've been texting about, and then we'll get to some dumb football questions. And also on the YouTube feed this week, a Caleb Williams preseason game 2 breakdown. One of the craziest throws you're ever going to see. Let's see if we can get Booney in here.
Am I here?
There he is.
Good
There's
morning,
the Rhino.
Sunshine.
The Rhino.
So bad. I was up all night. I was so tired. Dude, I haven't slept in days. I'm not even kidding you.
Buddy.
It is so big. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Check this out. Hey,
Did you get to go see the scar yesterday?
No, mine comes off tomorrow. Check this
tomorrow.
out. My father-in-law's came off yesterday and he showed it to me. I was like, what is that? He goes, you got one too. Check this out.
Oh, yeah. Look at all that
Let's
swelling.
go.
See the bruise?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they literally like hardwired.
Dude, I didn't realize they drive it into your bone.
Yeah, like with a hammer. Like a nice steel rod into the femur.
Hey, I'm like, hey, my quad is really hurting, guys. They're like, so what happens is we have to pull your quad up with the muscle. Like, it's really bad. I go, I'm gonna stab someone. Like, I need more pills. I need more pills. I need more pills right now. They were like, come on, bud. Old lady, you're doing this. Your father-in-law's. He's like, your father-in-law's doing this. You need more pills. Like,
yeah.
Doc,
yes.
I'm dying over here, man.
The answer is yes. I need more pills.
Dude, I haven't slept in a week. I sleep all day. My wife's like, are you okay? I'm like, you just can't get comfortable at night. That's why I slept through my alarm. I was like, hello? I'm coming.
Oh, yeah.
When you do this podcast, I've got some hot takes. So
as soon as you answered your phone, I was like, oh, he's 100% asleep.
I was up at 3. I was up at 4. I was up at 5. And I was like, I'm for sure going to get up in 2 seconds. Next thing I know, hello, Phil. What's up?
I'm awake.
But I've got some hot takes. I got some dumb football questions. Get your
I'm
ass
awake.
Up.
Let's go.
Okay,
all right, Mac.
let's start here.
We're our own storyline this morning. Mac gets to pick we get to pick our own adventure.
Let's go.
So here, let's start with this one. Okay, so I'm going to read you quotes. It's a long quote. And then I'm going to ask you which of these two is a hot take.
Okay.
So stick with me on this.
Got it. I'm with you.
So Tua Tagovailoa goes on the Dan Levitar podcast. It's funny, by the way. He gets $55 million a year and decides, I'm going to tell some truths the way I see it. I'm going to throw some people under the bus. So he says, well, on Brian Flores and his experience from 3-4 years ago in Miami.
Yep.
To put it in its simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you do, you don't belong doing what you do, you shouldn't be here, this guy should be here, but you haven't earned the right. And then you have somebody else come in and say, no, actually, you are the best fit for this. You are accurate. You are the best, whatever. How would it make you feel listening to one versus the other? Regardless of what it is, the good or the bad, you hear it more and more. You start to actually believe it. I don't care who you are. You could be the president. If you have a terrible person telling you things that you don't want to hear or probably shouldn't be hearing, you start to believe that about yourself. He throws Brian Flores completely under the bus. So which of these is a hot take? Is it A, Brian Flores' chances of becoming a head coach again are 0? Or is it B, Tua is soft, can't handle criticism, and Mike McDaniel's offense is just propping him up for the next handful of years?
I think that is probably number one, and here's why. And I'm not saying that Tua is soft, but what I am saying is that this is a new generation. When I came in the league, you could tell somebody they were a piece of shit and they had to eat it, and they were like, "All right, that's what I am." Now you can't do that. You just can't talk to people like that. And I'll be honest with you, when you go into work every day and your coach tells you suck, you really don't want to go into work. Like, no matter how much money you're making, you're like, I don't want to hear I suck all day. Like, that's just not the name of the game. And at the same time, I understand, like, Brian Flores, he's a defensive coach. Most defensive coaches are like that, right? They're just really tough. They're very hard on their defense. They hate the offense at all costs. Like, at some point, you're like, you're just a dickhead. I get it. Like, you're just mean to be grouchy and old, and this is how it has to be. But the minute a player comes out and is like, every day he told me I sucked, and every day he told me I didn't belong here, people are like,
I mean, to be fair, that team was not very good.
Agreed, but you can't have players coming out. I'm not saying
You
you're
know what I
already
mean?
wrong.
Like,
but
it's not like Tua was out there lighting it up like he was Joe Burrow, right? Like letting him just drop like dives.
Urban Meyer horror story where you're like, yeah, at practice he'd kick people and tell them they fucking suck. You'd be like, well, I wouldn't want to work there.
Did Urban Meyer like kick the punter during practice?
No, I played with that kicker, Josh Lambo. I played with him in San Diego when he was there, and I was like, yeah, you're kind of a kickable person. But like I get it, but you still can't do that.
No, you can't. Especially now, like you hear all these players talking, and the minute you hear Tua go, yeah, he just told me I sucked all day. People if he gets a head coaching job, how many people are gonna be like, I do not want to be told I suck all day.
But here's the thing: none of that has come out in Minnesota. No one has spoke out against him kind of doing that now. Like, why did Tua all of a sudden now he gets paid and now he wants to throw this dude under the bus?
No,
like
F you money, you got some more.
All of a sudden you get 55 a year. Oh, you don't think he's had plenty of opportunities to answer this question?
There's 4 of them sitting around, and they were just like, tell us the difference between Flores and he was just like, one told me I sucked all day, and one told me he loved me.
Dude,
like
direct quote, terrible person.
I know. It's just not
terrible
a good
person.
Listen, dude tells you suck every day. You can call whatever you want. You're the player. That's the problem. If you're a former player and you see this and he gets a head coaching job, you're like, do I want to be told I suck all day? No. I'm good. You guys have that one. I'm going to go over here where they fucking like people, and they're not grouchy all day. Dude, we've been there. Stop it.
I feel like there's – I mean, you guys played for Mike Zimmer, and it took another defensive-minded coach who was, I'm going to coach you hard. But it took Mike Zimmer until year 4 to start weekly meetings with Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins had to be the one to push for it. It's like, I think that on the Flores side, you can't just be a defensive coordinator as the head coach. Like, your biggest job as a head coach, whether you think Tua sucks or not, is to build a relationship and empower that guy and communicate with him the way that because like they're not booting him from the team. They drafted him in the first round. So I think it's kind of both. I think Alex is right. There's an era, and you guys played through it, and certainly before you guys came around, where you could kind of take a shit on players and they had to eat it. And that's the way that was an acceptable way to communicate with players.
Yeah.
B-Flow feels a little bit more old school. He also comes from sort of the Bill Belichick tree where most coaches are just sociopaths who wind up getting fired from their jobs. I don't know, man. Like, I think it's a little bit
coming
of
together, dude. It's all falling on Flores. You come from a Belichick system that just used to hate on people that we've already agreed will not work anymore. Like, dude, these new coaches. But for whatever reason, whether he is the guy or he isn't the guy, you have to appreciate the fact that Mike McDaniels is coming in and right away he's like, no, you are our guy. See, he understands the power of belief. Like, you have to go in and you have to lift these guys up. Every day you have to be like, hey, I know that sucked, but I know it's in there. I know you can do this. Like, you have to always be the positive motivator. It's like you said, you can't just be the DC anymore. You got to be the head coach, right? Like, there's times where you sit back and you can be the DC and you can be a real asshole. And I don't think guys have a problem with that. I never had a problem with that. I have a problem when we walk into the O-line room or we walk into the team room and you're just giving it to us the whole day. I got a real fucking problem with that. I'm sorry. Like, it ain't just one group on this team. You can start giving it to everybody for all I give a fuck. But at the same time, the minute a player comes out and says, this guy's a real fucking dickhead, every other player is going to take notice. And they're going to be like, I don't know if I want to play for that guy now. Sorry.
I mean, and yeah, to be fair to your point, Mac, I think it could be the nail in the coffin of him never getting a head coach job again. You know, I
Also
think
suing the NFL still.
that's the other piece
reason
of it.
why.
Like, it's not like it's just this one instance, right? Like this one disgruntled player who didn't have success while you were there and then came and now he's doing well. Like, there's other things. And, you know, what he did last year with Minnesota was phenomenal. And everyone's like, maybe he'll get another one and he's going to have to do it again this year. But now you're just bringing up more questions. Right, like if he ever gets another head coaching job, his first press conference is gonna be like, "So, have you thought about how you treat your quarterbacks since you were head coach last time?" Right, and it's like, "Oh gosh, here we go." Right, so I think his chances dwindle by the day as things come out. I mean, all those things, unless he can continue to have like a top 10 defense and do those type of things. And I'll be
or an
very
established
curious.
32-year-old quarterback. He needs
Yes.
like a quarterback that doesn't need to be developed. Basically,
I'm
Just
also
go
going to be
handle it.
curious. I'll be curious to see if anyone comes to his defense, because that for me is always like if someone shits on your coach and you love your coach, like you go to bat for him, right? Very similar to, you know, when Zimmer, all that stuff came out about Zimmer, right? And I was like, where's EK? Where are all these guys? Like, it's pretty quiet right now.
Let's
right?
go talk to Brian O'Neill. He'll know. Brian's like, yeah, it would have been nice to have someone say hi in the hallway once in a while.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know what I
all right.
mean?
That's good.
So, like, I'll be curious if anyone, like, in Minnesota's like, nah, man, B-Flow's my guy, or, like, this, that, or the other thing, or any of the guys that were in Miami at the time who, I mean, everyone has a platform now, does those things. I think I'll be curious over the next week or so, kind of what the reaction to the rest of the league looks like for B-Flow, too.
The problem is, I don't know if anybody can give a reaction to that because Tua made it kind of about him and Brian. Like, it was kind of like their relationship. So if somebody were to jump in and be like, "Oh, Brian's a great guy," Tua would be like, "Still called me a piece of shit every fucking day. Don't like the guy." Like instantly, now the three of us are looking at it, going, "Wow, what a dick." Did you have to do it every day? Okay, I was just making sure. Like,
You know what, though? Here's the other thing. I mean, in terms of is Brian Flores a good coach? He took Miami teams that really had no business competing for playoff spots when you looked at their rosters. So someone put this out, did the math on this. B-Flow's last 2 years in Miami, 19 wins. Mike McDaniel first 2 years in Miami, 20 wins. So now McDaniel built a monster offense, a track meet offense, and got more out of Tua. But B-Flow got basically the same in just a different way with defense. He had the sixth best defense in whatever 2000.
Dude, I was gonna say that was their defense. Remember when they would line up an 8 across every time, and you'd be like, fuck. Mackey, we would break that film down and be like, "All right, Mac, who's coming? You tell me it's ball snap. Go. Who's coming?" You'd be like, "I don't know." Like, he had a phenomenal defense. I agree. Same time, doesn't mean you get to shit on the fucking offense, asshole. I don't care what anyone says. You're not that good.
Isn't he in your association?
No, that's my boy Cooper. Fucking love Coach Cooper. He lives right over here. Fucking love it. I see him on TV all the time. He's fucking good looking and tall as shit. Love it. Hit me.
Okay, is this a hot take?
Mm.
And I'll set it up this way. So Russell Wilson and Justin Fields combined to do basically nothing offensively for an entire 3-hour preseason game. At one point, Justin Fields missed a wide open post route for a 40-yard touchdown. By the way, Mike Tomlin was asked if he consulted Sean Payton before signing Russell Wilson, and he said, "We don't put stock in outside opinions.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't
why
put
would I call his
stock in the
fucking
word."
coach?
Yeah.
I'm his coach, not him.
You got that division. You got the Bengals. You got the Ravens, the Browns. Really good division. We've talked about it. So is this a hot take? The Steelers are headed for a total rebuild after 2024 and maybe even a new head coach.
Yeah, I'm all in on that. I watched that last game. Although I will say that rookie center, Zach Frazier, he looked pretty good in the middle. Like after watching Herderberg go down for the rotator cuff, I was like, all right, big dog, it's all you. And I was excited because it was one of the only games that the actual starting defensive line played. Dude looks really fucking good. We obviously know. We watched him at Virginia. He's very, very good. But I was excited about him. But yeah, I will say this. With the minute that they put Justin Fields in, I think everybody was like, all right, here we go. Now we're going to get going. And then it just everybody was like, oh, shit. Now I'm going to say this. Hear me. I've been thinking about this a lot. I went back and watched that game again yesterday. I'm more going to blame the OC than I think I'm going to blame anybody.
How long
I don't know.
can we blame the offensive coordinator
Another one,
in Pittsburgh, dude?
Another
I mean,
one.
like, how long can we be like, it is his fault? It's his fault, not the player's
Don't get me wrong.
fault.
Don't
It's
get me wrong.
his fault.
Listen. Broderick Jones doesn't help the issue, right? Like when you're getting thrown off your spot and the quarterback's getting fucking filleted every other third down. Like, I'm not with that. But at the same time, dude, there is nothing exciting about this offense. Offenses are supposed to be creative, exciting, blow you away. Like, you look at the play and go, there's no way this makes fucking sense. And the coach goes, exactly. Now you defend this. And you go, oh. There's none of that. It's fucking stick route, out route, flat route, bullshit. I'm sorry. It's horrible. Your O-line can't block anybody. You have no fucking run game. And your OC's terrible. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're already going to keep blaming this on Russ? I can't blame Russ anymore. I can't blame Russ because I saw that fucking film last year. Remember, I was the one telling all you guys, like, hey, I think he's done. Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, no, I think he is. I'm just letting everybody know. I'm not going to blame him anymore. That's a stupid blame.
Maybe you should pick up the phone and call the team that had him the year before and get an outside opinion.
Maybe. That's
Mike
exactly
Tomlin,
what you should have done. But here's the problem. You call Sean. What the fuck do you think Sean's going to say? Love the guy.
He's great.
He's
You
a great guy.
want him? You want him?
You want him?
You want him?
He's great.
You can have him.
The fuck? No wonder Tomlin's
Third round pick.
Listen,
Fourth
what they
round pick.
did was they were like, hopefully this will work out for us. It hasn't. I hate to tell you. That was a bad one. Here's the problem. The next guy up doesn't look any better. Like, you're like, okay, wait a minute. You're supposed to be 10 years younger. No, this isn't right. OC. That's what I'm saying. This falls on the OC. You guys know what you got with these quarterbacks. You can't sit back and be like, well, not working here either.
You say when it falls on the OC, do you think a better offensive coordinator or a better offensive, if there was an offensive head coach? Well, let me ask you this. Do you think if it were Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan,
yes,
that they'd get more out of Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, or is it that they just picked the wrong horses?
No, they would get way more out of them because they would have way more explosive plays. They would have way more motions. They'd have way more shifts. They make the defense think. Offenses that just line up and go, we're going to kick the shit out of you, that don't work anymore. Fuck you. Are you serious? These three techniques can rush the passer now, too. They're 400 pounds. They're 400 pounds, and they can rush the fucking passer. Have you met these dudes? I don't think so, bud. You need a little bit of trickery in life. You need a little bit of, hey, this is who we are. Hey, we're going to explode the bunch right. Here we go. 2-jet, Dino, vert, boom. Like, I don't see anything. I see a little wide zone this way, a little wide zone that way, run a little bit of stick route. Fucking Arthur Smith, dude. Your dad owns FedEx. Wake the fuck up and do something. Jesus Christ. Dude, they keep showing him on the sidelines, and I'm like, I don't know why you're showing him. I'd rather not watch this game at all. And I'm not going to lie, the Buffalo wasn't the other. Dude, did you see that barn burner? Like a 6-3 game? Unfucking believable.
Preseason, Alex. It's preseason.
Well, I know who's getting cut. Everybody on those two teams.
So, Jay, you think it's a hot take?
I think
it's a hot take.
I think people assumed
Steak and beer?
I think people assumed that Justin was only a bad quarterback because he was trapped in Chicago. Like Justin Fields, right? They're like, he's actually really good, right? And I think that was what Pittsburgh fans had convinced themselves. Like, Justin's actually a really good quarterback. Look what he did at Ohio State. Like, he's done it. He just had no support system. He had nothing in Chicago. We're going to get him here, and he's going to be the Justin Chicago wished that he was. And then when he wasn't, everyone's like, oh, shit. Maybe he's just not that good. Like, maybe it's just really he's a super athlete that's not a very good quarterback, right? And so when you compare that with the same thought process of, well, Sean Payton just didn't like Russell Wilson, but we'll get him up here in the black and gold, and he'll be back to the Seattle of old Sean. Like, and then when neither one of them are any good, you have to start freaking out and being like, well, whose fault is it? It can't be the fact that Russ is washed, and it can't be the fact that Justin was never actually any good. So offensive coordinator, why didn't you have these two guys be Hall of Fame quarterbacks? Like,
there's a reason
it's really
why those
hard
two
for me
guys
to blame them.
They were basically free to acquire, right?
Yes,
that's my point. What do you expect? They're gonna suck. They're free. And then you sit there and you run the most vanilla offense. That's my whole point. It's 2024, dude. You got to make this exciting. You got to have dudes going every which way, because then the defense goes, what the fuck are we doing? And then Russ can go, oh, now I'm back in my land. But instead, it's him standing back there in a defensive end, destroying him, or the pocket completely collapsing on him. And he's like, Man, I barely got to my fucking 5-step drop. What the fuck just happened? Like, it's starting to fall more on everybody else. I'm not going to blame those guys. I can't, because then I just look like every other idiot in this world that's like, Russell Wilson's terrible. Yeah, we've been saying that for 3 fucking years. Am I really going to continue to ride this train? I'm going to ride the better train, because I've been in that fucking room when morons come in and guys that I don't like that suck come in. And I go, now it's your turn to dazzle me. Yeah, you got me playing with them. What are we doing? Go ahead, draw it up. And then they draw something up and you're like, fuck, that's good. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Like, the creativity has to go up. And dude, at the same time, Broderick Jones, you got to figure it out, man. You're fucking huge. Can't be getting pushed off your spot and your quarterback just get murdered every other play. Like, it's just not a good look. So yeah, I agree with you. But I think this too. They've never really been in this situation before, right? Like, last year they had Kenny Pickens and they were like, this guy sucks. They're like, where's Ben? Somebody call Ben back. Get him fucking back. Like, dude, you got to think they've been spoiled too, just like Tom. People forget that. For years, they had a great quarterback. For years, they had a quarterback that nobody could bring down. He could throw that fucking ball as far as he wanted. Like, remember how big he was standing back in that pocket?
Throw it over them their mountains.
Are you serious? They're in this whole new world of like, where's Ben? Somebody just call him. Tell him like one game. Like, they don't know what to do. That's why I'm blaming it on them. You brought in some quarterbacks that nobody wanted. Now it's your job to make it sexy, and you have it. And I'm blaming it on the coaches. I'm sorry.
Hey, maybe Arthur Smith's just holding back, man. Just making sure that he doesn't show everything for the regular season.
We don't want any momentum this preseason.
We don't want anyone to know our playbook. It's going to be brand new. Watch, they're going to come out the first week and be running guys everywhere and all over the place, and you're never going to know what hit him until Russell throws his third pick of the first quarter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hate when coaches say that. Well, we're going to come out and be vanilla. Yeah. Why would we run the plays that we've just been running for a month? Why? We don't want to show anybody, though, because then they could scheme it up. Okay.
By the way, so Frederick W. Smith is Arthur Smith's father, the founder of FedEx. Can you guys guess his current net worth according to Forbes?
$1.3 billion.
I'm going to say closer to 4.
Oh, you guys underestimating the
FedEx
Smith
super
family's
chain.
$6.4 billion net worth for the 80-year-old.
We can't get a shifter of motion. $6.4 billion. And we can't get a shifter of fucking motion. Sad.
Oh man. Okay, let's get to Mike's here. I don't know. I know, Jay, you and I have, and we're a little bit of an abbreviated episode here just for timing purposes, mostly because I'm in a hotel here at a convention, but the podcast movement convention. And Alex slept in a little bit.
I'm sorry, guys. that was definitely on me.
So let's Jay, you throw him out here. Let's start with, I know you and I have the same mic.
Oh, yeah. You ready? You ready for this one?
I'll go next.
First of all, I love every listener here. But if you are under 5'7" and you're a male, you don't get an opinion. You don't get an opinion, especially when it comes to football. When it comes to football and you say that it's disrespectful. Oh. So again, we have a quote here.
Darrell
Doucette says that he thinks it is disrespectful that he automatically assumes that the NFL players are just going to join the Olympic team because of the person that they are. This didn't help grow this game. Yes, they didn't help grow this game to get to the Olympics. Give the guys who helped this game get to where it is their respect. So you know what, bud? First of all, you're 5'7" and you play quarterback. I don't respect that. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. Second of all, the adults are now talking. The adults have entered the chat. Thank you. You want your respect? Congratulations. Respect. You figured out a way to play flag football, but the adults are here now. Go sit at the kiddie table while we take over here. Because guess what? If you clowns go out on the Super World stage and don't win gold because you wanted your respect, while Joe Burrow, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, and Travis Kelce are sitting on the bench because you wanted your respect, piss off. You want your respect? Respect, man. Thanks for everything you've done. Go sit your ass on. I read that and I was like, this dude's got to be high. Like you can't honestly sit there and say like I'm disrespected that Patrick Mahomes think he could take my job. Oh yeah, go take his. You think you're so good? And like he had another one. Where was it? Where's this other quote?
He came out again.
No, he goes, quote, some of the things they do in the NFL that they call trick plays, we're accustomed to seeing those on an everyday basis.
Okay, guy.
Like, what do you mean? Like, dude, I don't care if you're used to seeing the greatest trick play. If all of a sudden you have Justin Jefferson elevating over maybe your 5'11" corner. I don't know. Maybe he's 5'7" too. You'll be amazed. You'll be just as amazed. And guess what? If the trick play is happening at Mach 10 and you're used to watching it just go like speedboats, like, and all of a sudden here comes a mesh route between Tyreek Hill and Cooper Kupp. Yeah, bud, I don't think you're accustomed to seeing that every day. And guess who else isn't? The world. So we're going to go win gold. We're going to tell everyone else that we're the best. And guess what, Mr. Respect? Sit your happy ass on the ground and just be happy we took you along for the ride.
This would be like, first of all, my favorite part of this quote is, I think it's disrespectful that they assume they're just able to join the Olympic team because of the person that they are. Not the person, by the way, the football player.
The football player.
They didn't help grow this game. This would be like if there was a miniature golf event at the Olympics and there was a miniature golf specialist that said, well, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy. Well, Rory McIlroy is not.
Who are they?
Like Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
Those guys didn't help grow the game of miniature golf. No, they were busy growing the actual game of golf. And now you are drafting off the actual game of football. No, I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes and all the historical figures before him, Tom Brady, and these great receivers like Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
Could you imagine?
So they clearly did not help grow the
game
of football for you.
Dude, did you imagine Megatron at his prime being like, and he lines up against Indonesia, right? Like
the whole team.
Fade route to the corner.
6 guys on him. He's got it. Dude, I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be the one to say it. The Olympics have gone so far down. We let flag football in. That is,
at least we got
breakdancing.
At least you got breakdancing acts.
Greek somewhere.
Old Ray gun.
Spinning in his grave. Like, wait a minute. We had to do what? And they're going to fucking flag football this shit?
But,
you got to be kidding.
Okay, so that's my rant on that guy. But I have a better question. Will the NFL allow players to play in the Olympics? Because the Summer Olympics is during training camp. It's during training camp. It's during the season. Like, I don't think the NFL is going to say,
think they will either.
We'll take an Olympic break, right? Like, we'll start later. Like, no, the money machine rolls on, right? And there's plenty of clauses in our contracts, right? Alex and I, we've read them. They're in there. That's like, you don't get to go compete for anything else that doesn't have my logo on it for my name because I'm paying you $50 million. You go over and you want to roll your ankle playing against the Philippines. That's not my fault. Right. Like, and so I'll be curious if the NFL even allows the guys to go and do this. Like, it might be a bunch of like recently retired NFL guys, some UFL guys, but even then, Doucette, they're still going to be better than you. Like,
okay, this is a fun exercise. So 2 things real quick, because I want to put you guys through an exercise, like a team. What team would we assemble? But you saw what happened. They have a 3-on-3 basketball event at the Olympics. I didn't know that existed, but it's like outdoors. It's half court.
It's pickup ball. It's literally it's pickup. You got to get it back to the 3-point line before you can shoot again.
But it's not Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry on the U.S. team. It's like Jimmer Fredette, who's been playing in China for the last 8 years, and 3 other random guys that you haven't heard of since March Madness of 2010. Okay, recently retired NFL players. Flag football. What do we need for flag football? How many guys are even on a team? Is it 5?
I have no idea.
Is it like a 7-on-7 drill or something?
Yeah, I would assume it'd be 7-on-7. Could you imagine if we had like one rusher and we just were like Myles Garrett? Just go like
DJ
watch this dude just start pissing down his pants as Myles is shirtless, just pacing back and forth in front of the quarterback.
If it's anything like our 3rd and 4th grade flag, it's you have 5 receivers, 1 quarterback, and 1 center. And the center's live, so you can snap it and run a route. But dude, Jay makes a great point. Number 1, it's during camp. Number 2, there's way too much money being thrown around right now. Like, I know Tyreek Hill just challenged that dude to a 50-yarder. I doubt that's going to happen.
No Lyles.
That's not going to happen. You know why? Because the owner's going to go, no, you're not. Dude, I pay you so much money. If you get hurt running 50 yards against this dude, you're pissed.
It's a 12-person. There are 5 players on each team on the flag football match drawn from a 12-person squad. Players tend to specialize in either offense or defense. So it's 12-person squads.
And there's only 5 out there at a time.
Scores.
So you got your 5 offensive players, 5 defensive, couple subs.
2 20-minute halves with running clock until the 2-minute warning. And then
who's our recently retired quarterback? Recently retired quarterback.
Tom Brady.
Matt Ryan, Tom Brady.
Matt Ryan, Tom Brady. 'Cause
I'd
you
say
don't have to
Philip
be.
Rivers.
Well, I
Phillip
think you
Rivers.
got to be a little mobile though.
Dude, it's in LA. Philip Rivers. Just
What?
take a
Mobile?
take it.
Tom's
think
gonna be
you
like,
need-
"Hey, run the flat route. Anything comes, I'm throwing it to you. I don't move." Boom.
Yeah, but you got to be able to create a little bit with that little bit out of people. Like sometimes everything's gonna be covered, and you got to move around.
Maybe retired guys is a bad idea.
Well, the
Russell
next
Wilson.
generation of retired guys, right? So we got to think it's gonna be in 4 years, right? It's gonna be in 4 years. So like
Russell Wilson, dude.
Russell Wilson.
He'll be out before that. You're talking more like Justin Fields.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Tyrod Taylor
Tyrod Taylor would be a good one. I mean, I'm trying to think.
Daniel Jones. He'll be out of the league in 4 years.
That
we all watched that
interception.
game, dude.
That
Dude.
interception that he threw,
So
oh my
bad.
God, dude.
When he was going down, I was like, "You're not going to throw it," and then he did, and I was like, "You are the same Daniel Jones with a beard or without."
Shave the beard. You've lost the beard purposes, Daniel.
Not-
Like go
Dude.
back to your baby face.
Oh God, dude.
The
You
best
so-
was they panned to Joe Sheed, and he was like, hand over his face, and then someone captioned it with like, "I should have drafted Pennix."
Don't get me started with Pennix. How come he didn't play? We've seen enough. We're good.
They're like, "We
So
don't
have
want-"
you.
Dude,
Because
what's
if he comes
what's
out here and
going
plays
on?
any better than our starter, this team's going to be in a
I think that,
mutiny.
dude. I literally think that's what happened. I think
told you.
they were like, let's not keep showing him to the world.
No.
Right? Like we've seen enough in camp. We know what he's like. You've made the team, Michael. You know what you're going to be this year. Let's not beat the bushes and have everyone come out here and be like, well, why isn't he starting when we start
Exactly.
0-2 and Kirk is struggling to come back off the Achilles?
Or did they already make the decision that he's starting week 1?
No, that can't happen. You realize that they paid him
Do they
$200
have
million,
the balls?
right? They paid him $200 million.
They did that before they drafted Penix.
They paid
The
him
situation has changed.
$200 million. Becky, we've
No
been behind the
chance.
curtain.
Yeah.
I've played better
I
than
don't care.
starters at time, and they've been
Yeah.
like, I don't give a flying fuck. You see that kid? I pay him a lot of money. He'll be out there.
Yeah.
So for all the fans that are like, oh, well, they'll just cut him in a year. They paid him $200 million for the next 4 years.
They could get out after the 25 season.
They're
Yeah,
not,
it's kind of a-
though. You're
It's
not,
kind of like
though.
it's 100 guaranteed.
It's
or
100
something.
guaranteed. So after his guaranteed money's done after 25, they could get out and not be in the can too much. There'd be a little bit of the dead money from his prorated signing bonus, but it wouldn't be. Let's say this: we've seen quarterbacks get cut for more, like had to eat
I mean,
more.
Russell.
Russell,
Wilson.
right? So if you really believe in Penix in 2 years, like you'll eat that because you'll still have him on his rookie deal. So we'll see. But no, there's no chance he starts week 1, dude.
No,
Alex
fuck
is
that
right
shit.
because if you admit that you were wrong to pay Kirk, and then you drafted the quarterback, and then you've got your backup quarterback is making that kind of money, like the fans come screaming, the owner comes screaming.
The owner's going to
and
get fired. They'll
like-
fucking fire the owner. Are you kidding me?
Well, dude, Mike
We called this,
Florio.
by the way. We knew this was going to happen.
Mike Florio speculated that maybe it's Arthur Blank behind the scenes realizing no, Michael Pennix is the guy. Kirk's a sunk cost. Let's move forward right
Dude,
now.
that's
with
not
Michael
a
Penix.
sunk cost.
It's
Like
not
that's
gonna
a
happen,
sunk
man.
season.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
a sunk
can't-
season.
can't-
That's a
you can't-
sunk tenure. Are you kidding me? Dude, you don't understand. If you start the guy that's not making $200 million as an offensive lineman, I'm going to look back and go, so you couldn't pay me, but you paid our backup quarterback $100 million? Just remember, you guys forget there's a lot of people at work, and we start to talk, okay? And like I said in the middle of fucking OTAs, I was like, you better not let that one look better than the other one because the team's going to go, hey, what the fuck we doing? What the fuck are we doing? This kid can not only run the fucking ball, but he can zing it down the field. And we're going to put a dude back here that's old Tommy.
But
okay.
I mean, the other piece of it too is there is a 0% chance Kirk Cousins can be a backup quarterback.
Oh, zero.
Like those dudes are, and I think people underestimate the personality of a backup quarterback is so important. Like they have to know their role, they have to accept their role, and they have to thrive in that role. And I don't think Kirk can do any of the three things I just laid out, right? Like he's just not built for that. And I don't blame him. He doesn't think he's at that point in his career. You don't get paid that kind of money and think, okay, I'm the backup, right? Like it kind of comes with the territory. And so that would just be a disaster because even if Michael was like, hey, will you help me? Kirk's would be like, no, I don't think I will, right? Like I'm going to go sit in my Kohl's cash in the corner and wait till you fuck this up. And then I'll just be right here ready to pick up the pieces with my cape on, right? Like that's the kind of personality. It just, I think Kirk's going to start, but I think his leash is a little smaller than it was before they had Pennix. Like if they come out and they start 500, right? If they're 3-3 or 4-4, like I don't think that there would be any like, hey, we're going to see what the young kid can do. I think that they've at least put a little bit of that on notice.
It's going to be interesting, man. Like Kirk's entire career has been this sort of hypothetical. A lot of people making excuses for, well, if he only had this offensive coordinator was garbage, if he only had a better offensive line, if he only had better defenses, if this, if that. I mean, the Falcons just grabbed Justin Simmons. They grabbed Judon for a 3rd-round pick. They've got Bijan Robinson. They
got some players, dude. They could
Drake
be really
London.
good.
Like, I mean, it's you're never going to have a perfect situation as a quarterback in the NFL. But I'm just saying, as a guy who watched Kirk Cousins for 6 years in a purple jersey, if I'm the Falcons and Falcons fans right now, I'm looking at Kirk saying, I would expect double-digit wins and maybe a deep playoff run. Like this is a pretty damn good situation in a winnable division.
For sure.
There should be some pressure and expectations. Go get it and win your second playoff game of your 11-year career, Kirk.
Absolutely, especially in that division. Like honestly, I'm no offense. I watched the Saints the other day, and I think that the only team that's really going to give you a run for your money is going to be Tampa. So it's you and Tampa, and if you can beat Tampa, you're in the playoffs. But you guys keep saying that they're 4-4. They're going to look at Pennix. They're not, because you know as much as I do, Jay. The minute that you put that kid in the fucking corner, and you're like, hey, we're just going to see what the rookie does. You just said it. He's not a backup, which means he can't handle shit like that. Backups are good at being like, oh, I fucked up. Shit. My bad. I don't fucking
Take
care.
a timeout.
Right? They don't give a fuck. They literally go out and throw an interception and be like, meh, shouldn't have been there. Whatever. Let's go. You're like, this guy don't give a fuck. They are not like detailed dudes that are like, I said to run that post at 18. Like, they're just more like, corner jumped in front of it. Sure. And they got a good look. They got a good look, didn't they? There we go. Like Jay's right. So I think that the minute that they're like, hey, you know what? Why don't you sit down? We're going to see what the rookie can do. He's going to go fucking.
But it's like Mackey said, the expectation is you're a 10, 11, 12 win team. And if that's not headed in that direction, like that is the expectation of the entire franchise. And if it's Kirk's fault, I'll preface this a little bit more.
Nothing could
ever be his fault. No.
If it's a lot of interceptions, if it's because he can't move because his Achilles is still bugging him, whatever, that'd be the only way they do it. It's not if it's like, oh, the defense is letting up 40 points or whatever it might be. Like it would have to fall squarely on his shoulders that the offense was not moving. But
do you guys have any O-line shout-outs before we get to dumb?
I do. So I got my O-lineman of the week this week. So I was watching tape this weekend, and I was thinking, okay, you know who looks really good? This left tackle, this 2nd-round pick from BYU, Mr. Kingsley. Mr. Kingsley.
You look good.
Ooh, boys, let's watch some
tape. Look at this. We've got some accompanying tape here.
Of this guy. That wasn't all pretty.
Is this
It
Sirles?
wasn't all pretty. Yes, of course it's me.
Oh, my God.
Someone didn't sleep in this morning.
By the way, did anyone see that behind the back throw that he totally called out Kelsey for the wrong route? That's a bus thrower.
Yep. So, left tackle here, right? So, our guy, the left tackle, Kingsley here. It wasn't all pretty, but it's all right because I think this kid is 6'6", 326 pounds and can move, right? So, they're not a great play. But as we just continue to watch here, I want to watch some of this stuff. This is the stuff here that makes me really excited about a kid like this, right? Set, throws his hands right here. He almost baptizes him, right? Like he's real close right here on our left tackle, right? Right here, I'd love to see him baptize him a little bit and just welcome to the Church of Kansas City. And then you throw him down. But, still, great job there moving around. This is where we need to talk a little bit. Right. This is the NFL, pal. Like you don't get to have hands low. You got to have hands up and you got to strike these dudes. If you let these dudes into your chest, you end up in Mahomes' lap like this. Now, the fact that he's able to anchor with no hand, again, is showing me a thing that I like to refer to as recoverability, right? Like when you get got in the NFL, how quickly can you recover? I mean, he doesn't get all the way pushed back, right? A little bit into Mahomes' lap, but for the most part, he gets him sat down and is able to move from there.
I love the choppy steps, by the way.
The fact that he does a great job there. Watch the strength here of this guy. Lifts this dude up out of his shoes with one hand, 2 feet on the ground. You get a defender with 2 feet on the ground, you win the rep.
Yep.
Right? So he takes him here, launches him out, and then continues to run. I'd like to see him run his feet a little bit more, but I think the Chiefs found themselves a stud. And this is the play here. Watch him mow this dude down. Double team, right? Gets a little into it, and then just this dude gets knocked. You're going to lose it here for a second, but as you can guess, we've seen this movie before. Tabletop position, he gets baptized here over Joe Tooney there as they're rolling across here. And then I want to find it. Where is it? This is no.
Well, that double you showed me.
I know, I'm trying to find the one. Oh, no, I think I might have lost it. I wanted to find the screen.
You unchecked it.
I unchecked it.
I mean,
that's on me. There was a screen that was on there that was absolutely banana. But my shout out of the week, Kingsley. I think he looks great. I think the Chiefs hit a home run on their left tackle there in a place they need to pick. So, Mr. Kingsley, great job. Excited to see what you can do in that offense. Mackey, you and I were talking about it off air. The Chiefs may be the best version of themselves that they've been in 3 years after they've won 2 Super Bowls.
Ever. Have you seen them?
That's a scary, scary thought for the rest of the NFL.
Did you see Xavier Worthy catch that ball effortlessly? Did you see that?
I can't believe
and it was
he's
like
there, dude. I can't believe I can't believe they let him go there.
Here we go. Here we go again, dude.
Like he's not Tyreek Hill. He's not dynamic like that.
No, but
like
still,
he still can just run. Like
that's all you need.
He just goes, and you're like, okay, well, we better play shell coverage. Oh well, there's Travis Kelce, 12 yards over the middle again, right? Oh, where's Rashee Rice? Hopefully he's not speeding down the way, right? Like all those things are going to play a factor into this. And now you've talked about you upgraded at left tackle, right? Love you, Donovan Smith. You played this game for a long time. You were a stalwart left tackle for a long time. Didn't have a great year last year. I think Kingsley may be an upgrade straight up from that position, right? So you throw Kingsley out there as a rookie, go from there. You've got one rookie on the offensive line playing next to Tooney and Smith and Creed and Jenkins, or what is it on the other side? Not Jenkins.
The guard.
No, the tackle that likes to stand up and play in the backfield. Juwan Jennings. Juwan Taylor. Jesus. Right. So you've got, I mean, you say, okay, so you're one like young spots there. Everything else looks gravy. You've got your back, your crackhead back that runs incredibly hard. Right. Chris Jones. Chris Jones is still over there. Like the Chiefs, dude. You start looking across the board, you're like, how did we let this happen? Like as an NFL, like how did we let this continue? Like how do they keep getting away with this?
They won 2 Super Bowls while retooling their roster.
Yeah.
Think about that. They literally they stripped away weapons, they traded Tyreek Hill, and they won 2 Super Bowls. And now they're building their roster back up.
Yeah.
And potentially going to go
Mahomes
for
cap hits going like this every year. Right,
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going like this. They're going away.
His average annual value is $10 million less than the top of the market right now,
Yeah,
and they have room to maneuver that. I'm sure they'll rework it at some point, but
do you have to? Man. You gave them $500 million. Do you have to rework?
Yeah, I mean,
and if I'm Mahomes,
I think we're looking at this going, "Hey, you're good, right? You're good."
If I'm State Farm money coming in, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, if I'm Mahomes, I'm going to take that $10 million that you're not paying me and go find me another weapon.
Yeah,
right. Go find me another guy. Go find me another tackle. Go find me another edge rusher. Like, I'm good. I'm making $45 million a year. Like, just this. I own the Royals. I own a baseball team. Like, I'm good. Keep my salary competitive so, like, I'm respected. But other than that, dude, like, I don't need to reset the market. Go find me ways to win Super Bowls. Because with his talent, if they continue to do that, dude, he could win 7. He could be the next Tom Brady. Easy. He's talented enough to do it as long as they build the team properly around him. Versus, like, if I'm Trevor Lawrence and I'm those guys, I'm like, damn right, you're going to pay me every cent that I can get up front because I may not be around that long. Right? I think Mahomes knows the long game here.
Yeah, totally, dude. Hey, let's do a couple dumb football questions before we
hit me. Hey, real quick, my mic real quick before we do this is the 49ers. Everybody on the 49ers that's holding out, you've won. You have officially won. You pay them motherfuckers. Trent, we need you. I don't know if anybody watched that game, but watching Brock Purdy get fucking thrown around the entire 3 fucking series was horrible. Even the commentators like, oh, he's getting sacked more in one game than the whole season. It's because we don't have our left tackle out there, right? 2, when you don't put Debo and Ayuk out there and Christian McCaffrey, wow. I'm not even gonna do it. All right. I'm just making sure everybody knows. You guys have officially all won.
We should do next week. We should do a deeper dive because we're like 3 weeks away from. We should do a deeper 49ers dive because it's an interesting situation there.
Taking a beer says Trent Williams gets figured out. I already heard somebody say Shanahan said we'll expect him at the end of the camp, which basically means he basically was like, I'm not doing anything this year. I'll see you August 28th. Okay. And by the way, when I show up,
now.
there better be a little bit something in my salary or I'm not coming back. Here's what happened. That last game that you saw Brock Purdy getting fucking thrown all around. Your boy was upstairs, John Lynch, like, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to give him 5 extra this year. We're going to give him 6 extra next year. Because if I have to watch this fucking garbage anymore, I'm going to shoot myself. Y'all ain't competitive without those 4 dudes on the field. I'm sorry. Like, the offense looks completely different. You're like, wait a minute. Wait, what's going on? Not a good look. Just
They're
like
also
everybody.
the most hurt team in the NFL.
Listen,
They've got like 29 injuries or something like that. It's nuts.
What I just say? Don't tell me about the pain. Deliver the baby. Okay. I had Mike Singletary as a head coach. You want to know what pain is? You don't fucking know pain. Don't tell me about it. Show the fuck up and go to
Crazy
work.
eyes, man.
Fuck, dude.
Crazy
Every day we did Bowl in the Ring.
Man, let's do some dumb football questions here, boys. You know what? I'm going to ask the first dumb football question.
Do it.
What was it like playing for Mike Singletary, Alex?
Fucking amazing.
Tell us a story.
True story. First day I walk in. First fucking day I walk in. Chris Furster was the O-line coach at the time. He loved me, and he's a great guy, and I love him to death. I walk in, and you have to walk through the security desk, and you just go through this random door, and it's this hallway that leads right into like somewhat of the weight room, but then to the left is all the rooms that you meet in, and to the right is the locker room. So I open the door. I'm a rookie, 6'8", 340 pounds. I open the door, and as I see this guy walking down the hallway like this way, he stops, and he comes back, and he looks at me, and it's Singletary, and he goes, "You. Come here." And I go, oh shit. Like, you know how we all joke, like, I just got here, I didn't do anything. I was in the height of my, like, yo, I swear to God, I didn't do anything, right? Like, I had just gotten out of jail. He pulls me into this room and he sits me down and he is looking at me 6 inches away and he's just staring at me. And he's like, listen, I don't like you. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna break you like a wild horse. You understand me, boy? And I remember sitting there going, I am so fucked. I did it. I pissed off the wrong person this time. And I go, I'm with that, coach. Let's do it. And he goes, no, I don't think you are, son. I don't think you understand what's going to happen. Because I'm going to mess you up pretty good. And for the next 2 years, I got my shit pushed in so fucking hard. I'm not kidding you. Like, there were days where I would go out and I had to do all the offensive scout team and I had to go do all the defensive scout team. And I had to do that every day. Every single day I was on punishment. And I remember every day he'd come up to me and he'd go, you're just too fat. You got to lose weight. And I'd be like, all right, I will. Like, that's how the league was. I didn't fucking look back and go, oh, God, he called me fat. I was like, he's right. I am fat. I will lose that fucking weight. I'll get there. And I remember towards the end of my rookie year, he was like, hey, I'm gonna activate you. I was like, sweet, let's go. Next week, this is the week we're going to activate you. Next week, we're going to activate you this week. Next week, this is it. You're going up. And I remember thinking, like, this dude's just fucking with me. Like, every single week, he's just fucking. Every single day, I had to do everything, dude. It was terrible, and it was rough. And honestly, it was a great learning lesson. Like, number one, a lot of dudes came before me that put in a lot more work than I ever did. So it's my turn to put that work in. And two, like, when you're sitting around a Hall of Famer like that, a guy who played back in the fucking badass era of, like, we ran a real 6'2" all the time, like, you're not going to say no to that guy, right? As much as you're like, this is fucking stupid. Like, I'm not kidding you. Every day we went out and did Bowl in the Ring. Every single day. It ended up costing our center's neck. I'm not even kidding you. People were like, why are we doing that? We did Oklahoma drill every day. Like, he was like, I'm gonna find out who's here to play. And we were like, coach, we're all here to play. Like, we just don't want to break our necks.
Like, we're good, coach.
We don't want to run 5 yards at each other and just run into each other. Like, that sounds, and he'd be like, we're gonna find out who's tough. We're gonna do it. And it was a lot, man.
What was the spat with him and was it Vernon Davis?
Yeah, Vernon was, you know, they were both kind of characters at the time, and Vernon was on his one. I wasn't there that year. That was the year before I got there, but I had heard several times about it. And everybody was basically like, Vernon was just mouthing off, and Singletary don't put up with that shit. I mean, Mike never swore. He always wore his cross. He was a very godly man, but he was extremely into discipline. I mean, discipline. Like, everything was disciplined. But the problem was, like, on offense, we were very vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one game he was like, we're going to go out there, we're going to run power the first 4 plays. And everyone was like, I don't know if that's very smart. Sure as shit, we did. Like the first 3 plays, we
We
ran
ran
power.
for 3 hours.
He's
50
like, we're gonna
hours
let him
today.
know. Whereas like Harbaugh came in and was like, yeah, sure, power can be a staple and we can lean on that, but let's trick him a little bit. Let's mess with him, and then we'll punch him in the face. Let's spread him way out, and then we punch him in the face, or then we bring him all in, and then we run around him. Like they were very just intuitive, and like this is where we need to attack. Whereas with Singletary, it was like we're just gonna line up and do what we're doing, and we just weren't equipped for that at the time.
Edward Joseph chimes in here. By the way, you can always submit your dumb football questions in the YouTube comment section, O-Line Committee YouTube channel. Click that like button, the subscribe button. Edward Joseph says, playing in the trenches in NFL games looks brutal. How does it compare to full padded training camp practices? People are trying to make the team, but is there an unwritten rule to tone it down when you're trying to make the team in training camp to keep teammates healthy? What's it like?
Brother-in-law. We call that brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law.
You're not allowed a brother-in-law ever, and that means brother-in-law means you're taking care of your friend. Like, hey, we're just going to chill on this rep. The minute you do that, someone's calling your ass out. I will say this. There have been some one-on-one situations in any practice on certain teams that were harder than any game I've ever played in. And a lot of it was because the defense knew what we were doing. We didn't so much know what they were doing. And you look over and you're playing Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, Aldon Smith, Justin Smith. Like there are times where you're like, this is going to suck more than any game I could walk into. But that was the whole culture, right? And I keep telling this to my players now. The one thing that makes a team great is when everybody on the team continues to push the bar. And that's what good coaches do. They sit there and they go, okay, today we're going to do some best on best because I want to see what the fuck everybody's about. Instantly everyone's like, yeah, here we go. This is what we've been living for. It's not like every fucking day, oh, we're going at it every day, because it's like, I have to rest eventually. Now, I will say, when we went through Harbaugh's camps, he would split the offense over here and the defense over here. And so he'd be like, we can do double the work in the same amount of time. And you'd be like, that's not going to be good for anybody. And you'd go run 150 plays in one day. And then he would chart them all up. And at the end of the camp, he'd be like, we ran 17,000 plays this year. And everybody else only ran 1,700. He'd be like, see how much farther ahead we are? In those processes, there's a tiny bit of brother-in-law because you're quick to just like, hey, I got to get back to the huddle. I got to go. Like, coach needs me to do shit. But on the reg, there is never a time where you're like, hey, I'm going to chill, you chill. Like, unless you're like, there's been a few times in preseason games where guys come up to you and they're like, hey, I'm not trying to get hurt. This is year 10 for me. I'm going to give you a lot of action. I swear to God, you fucking fall on me, I'm going to find you. And you're like, got it. Understood. I will be up the whole game, but I'm going to give it to you. But I will not cut you. And you'd be like, fair. That was about as far as it went. The preseason, when people were like, just don't cut me, you'd be like, cool, got it. I'm not going to cut you now. But in the regular season, I'm going to take your fucking ACL from you. That is all mine. You got it.
I think the other piece of it, too, is it's very dependent on where you're at in the roster, right? The ones versus the ones, you're not pushing dudes over piles. Like,
No.
if you have a chance to bury someone, like, you just kind of let them know, but you keep them up. Right, like if you start working towards the twos and especially the threes, we used to call the threes the jungle. Right, if you're on the threes, dude, there's no rules,
no limits.
There's no limits. There's
Nothing.
like, oh, I can cake this dude. Oh, I'm taking him down. Right, I'm planting him in the dirt. Like I'm doing everything I can. Like if there's a slab of ribs right there, I know that's RDN, but I'm gonna go break his fucking ribs. Right, like all of that in practice is totally different than when you watch the ones like. The ones go, it's clean, it's crisp. Everyone's doing the threes is just like longest yard style, right? Like cut that, like just trying to just take anyone out. Because when you're trying to fight to make the team, like there's no like why would I take care of this guy if he might stay on the team and I'm not? Like and vice versa, that guy's not going to take care of me. So like it's literal game tempo. When you're a three, especially like your first, second year in camp, you're just, it's all out every play. Like you're trying to bury dudes, you're trying to clean people up. Guys are bull rushing right through your teeth, trying to plant you into the quarterback, like all that stuff.
Training camp
As
is
with
so fun.
shivs.
Oh, it's so fun. Training camp practices are so fun because everybody's just in a bad mood. And it's like Jay said, the first team, like they know the tempo. No one's going to kill each other. And after that, it's the wild, wild west. Like, dude, you think I'm kidding. You see twos and threes go out there. You're like, hey, give me a Gatorade. This is going to be great. Watch this. These guys are going to fucking kill each other. Like, dude, it's so true. Like the ones we go hard as fuck, you get close to the quarterback, dudes are like, yo, that's a sack, bitch. Or like Jay said, the minute you're about to dump somebody, you're like, ooh, I could have, but I didn't. The minute you get to the twos, they're like, Didn't what? I'm fucking killing you. Like, dude, scout teams get it so bad.
Yes.
So bad. Nobody gets it worse than the scout team offense. Nobody gets it worse. Because if you fuck up the play or throw it to the wrong guy or block it like any other logical offense,
They're not going to do that on Sunday.
They're not going to do that. You're like, yeah, they're not going to slide to the nickel coming off the edge.
That was my
sure?
favorite. My favorite thing to do in Buffalo was to like totally screw with McDermott because I was in year 6, right? So I was in year 5 or 6, and I would play scout team center, and they'd put the card up, and they'd be like, "All right, here's the protection. Here's where we're sliding." I was like, "But they're coming from that side." Like, yeah, but they slide away. They always slide away. I'm like, okay, no, they don't. All right, ready, break. And so then I get up there and be like, that new mic over here. And like I'd slide the line into the blitz and we'd pick it up perfectly. And the quarterback would deliver a strike and the D coordinator would just lose his shit, right?
What are we doing?
Leslie Frazier, can't read a card. What are we doing? And McDermott used to come up to me and just be like, I like it. Keep doing it. And I was like, I got the green light from the head man.
I didn't know you got the green light.
Dude, I got the green light from the head man. Oh my gosh, it was on. From there on, I would just look at the card and be like, all right, 3-by-1. I wouldn't even look at what they said. I'd be like, I'll call this. Like, I'll put us, and then I'd look at Barkley too. I'd be like, hey Matt, let's do this. Like, let's figure this out together. And Barkley would come in there, and we just, dude, it was so much fun because Milano, Edmonds, all those dudes used to get so pissed.
They get so mad.
They get so pissed.
If they're
especially
told
if you
to
start.
blitz.
Dude, we used to start. We called it Touchdown Wednesdays. Like we'd be like Touchdown Wednesdays because that's when they'd install their blitzes, and we just, dude, I loved running scout
Carve
team.
them up.
I had so much fun.
Dude, that's the worst when they blitz and they don't get to the quarterback. They're like, Coach, you said I was gonna get there. What the fuck? And they're like, I swear to God, scout teams are sometimes funny because, like Jay said, you'll see 7 guys coming from the left, and they'll be like, "We want you to go to the right," and you're like,
2 minutes.
It's like,
go
that's
to the
not
right.
happening enough.
You're like, go to the right. The safety's clearly topped. He's
Yeah.
on the edge. We're going to go to the left. Not one fucking O-line is going to let that guy go. They do. They do it differently.
They're gonna let a free runner. Swear.
gonna lie to you.
They're gonna let that free runner come right through, and they're like, no, they're not.
I've watched the games. They don't. They don't ever. I'm just telling you, we're all the same. We see a threat. We're going to be like, hey, we're going to go out there. Why? Because I don't want that guy to hit you. I'm going to take him for you. They'd be like, they run only Mike protections. Be like, dude, Mike protections are for like 3rd and 15. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, no. They're going to let this saw just go. That's it. You're like,
they're just gonna let it happen. I'm like,
I swear, defensive coaches think we're so stupid. Here's the problem. You let something like that happen, and then all of a sudden the O-line coach just happens to peek over and see you slide the wrong way, and he'll come up to you and go, the fuck is this?
Dude,
when would we slide this
that
way?
That was exactly what would happen. The O-line coach would be like, what are we doing over here?
What are we doing?
I'm like, I was reading the card. He's like, you know better. I'm like, I don't.
See?
Sure.
You get
All right,
caught.
I'll pick it up.
You get caught in worlds, and the O-line coach, and he'll pull us aside and be like, hey, just question. 2-jet. We go fucking right on 2-jet. You'd be like, Coach, the card told. I don't give a fuck what card. No moron is sliding that way. And you're like, they told me to, though. Like, I'm okay. And then you start going against them, and then the D coach is like, what are you, fucking blind? You can't read? It says loco. And then they want you to use the exact, like, vernacular, and you're like, you get up there and you're like, lying. You're like, it's a fucking loco. They need to hear loco. Yeah, because we don't change our calls the minute I know you know. Like, dude, you all think we're fucking stupid, but we're not.
I had them show me one time. They're like, listen, look, watch this. They're going to cut this guy free. And it was just a total ME by the left guard.
Total ME.
Like the ME, like literally like the left guard set right and the center set left. And they like hit each other on the nose guard. And the mic came sprinting through the B gap. And he's like, see, I told you they're not going to pick this up. I was like,
show it to me again. I
want
to see him do it twice.
Right? Like,
show me fuck it up twice.
He messed it up. Like, that's a mental error by that guy. He was supposed to be on the mic. They're like, no, he was sliding away. I'm like, oh, you guys, like, Alex was right. They think we're all idiots. They're like, they're just dumb. They missed this one time, so we're going to test them on it again. I was like, and then I picked it up and we threw it for a 20-yard bomb. I don't know what you want from me.
We have Barkley, by the way, as our quarterback. All due respect to a
there are some times
legend.
That some guys have torched a number 1 defense that you look at that defense and go, I don't know if you guys are number 1 anymore. Like, y'all are falling the fuck asleep today. And that's what's so fun is like when you can go out and watch a defense on Sunday fucking rip through people, but then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're your bitch. You're like, oh, I know all your weaknesses. I know who's going to be peeking in the backfield. Like, it's so fun to know. And then you start fucking with people. And then you start fucking with coaches. Oh, my God. I love fucking with defensive guys. I almost hate them a little bit.
Amazing, dudes. Dumb football questions. Keep sending them in. YouTube comment section. We're gonna carve out
We gotta
more
go.
time
Booney was
for.
late. I know.
We're gonna carve out more time for like current event dumb football questions this
Yes.
season too. So if you've got stuff that's like pertaining to the the week 2 that you saw on Sunday, send those in as we get into September here. We got to run because we're gonna break down Caleb Williams' film and put that on the YouTube channel this week too. Get your thoughts on some crazy scrambling here. This is the O-line committee. Alex needs some more painkillers. Jay's got to find that bell. Talk to your kids, Jay. Find the bell.
I gotta go
See
wipe
you guys next
asses.
time.